Good morning, Oak Park School, and welcome to the Morning Roar. Today is Thursday, May 1st, 2025. Our special student guest for this morning's news is Davion. At this time, would you please stand and face the flag for the Pledge of Allegiance?
I pledge an allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic in which it stands, on a mission, on God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Would you please remain standing as we recite our Panther Pledge?
Today I will be respectful, on task, accepting, responsible. I am the Oak Park Panther. Hear me roar.
You may be seated. Thank you for your help this morning. We will now pause for a moment of silence, which can be used for your own personal thoughts, prayers, or quiet reflections. It's Thursday, which means we have a brand new Literacy Lab episode. Share with you, grab your lab coats, and let's go.
Morning, friends, and welcome to the Literacy Lab. I'm Patty Manson, one of your reading interventionists, and I'm here with two of my favorite friends, Jackson and Joey, for another episode of the Jackson and Joey Show. Say good morning, guys.
Good morning.
Morning. Who are you going to be interviewing today?
Mark Marsh.
Woo! Do you know much about him, Jackson? What is your favorite question you're going to ask Mr. Marsh?
What do you do on a rainy day?
Oh, that's an excellent question. What do you like to do on a rainy day?
I forgot.
Do you like to play video games?
Uh-huh.
I like to read books. What do you like to do on a rainy day?
I just regularly play video games.
Yeah. So what's your question going to be for Mr. Mark? Your most favorite question you're going to ask him?
Would you rather pet a snake or a spider?
Oh my God, that's a really hard question. What do you think, Jackson?
Neither.
Neither one. Jackson says neither. Well, let's sit back, relax, and see what the interview brings for us. Bye, friends. See you next time in the lab.
Can you tell us about your job and what do you do?
Well, that's a great question. Here at Oak Park, I am what's called a behavior coach. So, like other coaches, I try to encourage both staff and students in how to be successful during their day.
Okay.
Hey, Jackson. What do you think, Joey?
What is the hardest part of your job?
Ooh, working with this awful staff we have here at Oak Park. I'm just kidding. The hardest thing for me is when a student is having a hard time and they just don't seem to be able to pull themselves out of it. That is probably the hardest thing because, you want to help them, you want to encourage them, but there's times when kids just want to be left alone. And sometimes that's hard to teach people, is to just leave someone alone and let them deal with it on their own. So I'd probably say that's the hardest thing.
Okay.
Jackson, I see you've got a question there. What's the hardest thing I've ever done? Whew, that's a heck of a question. That's a tough one. I'm thinking the hardest thing I've ever had to do is to climb a tall ladder, like 25 feet in the air, and I'm up against a tree, and it's swaying back and forth, and I'm like holding on for dear life. I'm like, oh my gosh, I could fall at any moment. And my dad is down there, and he was supposed to be holding the ladder, but instead, he's smoking his pipe like 3 or 4 feet away. And I'm like, Dad, hold me, I'm gonna fall. And he's like, son, you're gonna be just fine. Just fine. Now finish clipping that tree. Good question, Jackson.
What did you do before Oak Park?
What did I do before Oak Park? I don't remember my life before Oak Park. It was such a long time ago. You know what? My degree, when I went to college, my first one, is in finance. And so I worked for a company local here called Amscott Financial. I was a branch manager and I was an area trainer. And that's where I kind of got the bug to be in education, because the folks that I trained, they said, you really need to be a teacher. And I said, well, then I really need to get out of here. So that's what I did, Amscott Financial. What do I like to do on a rainy day? You know what? As little as possible, Jackson, let me tell you. Actually, you know what? When it rains, I really like that because I like to listen to the sound of it on the roof. And I like to sit out by my pool because it's kind of cool when the rain hits the water. And one of the funnest things I've ever done is when it's like pouring down rain, coming down in sheets, my boys and I, we used to like to run out and jump in the pool because that's so much fun to splash around.
Yeah.
You got the rain pouring down on your head, on my bald head. So that's kind of what I do. I either chill out or I just go full extreme and go for it. Good question.
Usually I don't really like the rain because...
Really?
Yeah, I'm only playing on my tablet at my house and...
What about the thunder?
Thunder kind of scares
Kind of
my
scares
dog.
you? Oh, the
But,
dog?
yeah.
Okay. My dog used to sleep through it, but of course she couldn't hear either, so that might have something to do with it.
Where did you grow up and what was it like?
Well, I grew up in the Midwest. I don't know why I'm talking with a southern accent, because it was up north. Although, it was farm area. I was born in Omaha, Nebraska, stayed there 2 weeks, and then moved to Iowa, land of flat, and cornfields, and pigs, and soybeans. So people had few teeth up there, and even less intelligent. No, I'm kidding. It was a great place. Iowa was a wonderful place. It's the kind of place that's great to live. Like if you're a kid, you play outside, you can go to the rivers, go fishing, go to streams. You just can't climb any mountains. You can go milk a cow, I guess. Watch where you step, because you might step in something stinky. But it was a wonderful place to grow up. I enjoyed it. Favorite thing to do with my family? Good question. Another one. You know, when my kids were little, we used to love to go to the beach. That was our thing. We would go to the beach. We would spend the whole day. Okay, I would make them spend the whole day there, because usually one of my boys would kind of do what you're doing. He'd be very quiet and he'd start to pout. And I'd just go buy him food at the snack bar, you know. It's amazing what French fries will do to a kid. After that, he was totally into it. So, beach was my thing. Thanks, bud.
I love McDonald's French fries.
I know, they're the best. They are the best.
What are you really good at?
You know what? When I figure that out, I'll let you know. No, I'm kidding. I kid. I don't know. I do a lot of things, but I don't know that I do anything that well. But I try. I guess I'm one of those. The best thing that I do is to try things, even if they make me feel uncomfortable. Kind of like being interviewed by you guys. Because I have to admit, I was nervous because I didn't know if you guys were going to be nice to me or if you're going to like beat me over the head, you know, and make fun of my bald head, because it does shine on camera. Hope you're fixing that for me, Mitch. Like maybe put a wig on me. So.
We're alive right now.
Let's see. Something I wish that I could do. You know, you probably noticed I'm not the tallest person in the world. I loved sports as a kid. I played all different sports. I even played basketball. I could never dunk a basketball. I always wish that I could do that, because I grew up in the era of Michael Jordan. I don't know if you've ever heard of him. He was back in the 90s, maybe late 80s. He could just fly through the air and just boom, tomahawk dunk right on it. And I could never do that. I used to come about 2 inches from touching the rim. That was my claim to fame, and that was it. So, another good question. What
are some of your favorite books?
I I don't know if you guys watch. I think it's on Amazon, maybe. Jack Reacher, that show. Well, it's a book. It's a series of novels. I like those novels, books like that are like he's an ex-military dude and he's like 6'5" and really strong, kind of a hero type dude. He doesn't put up with any nonsense, which is like totally not me, because I put up with a lot of nonsense, and actually I give a lot of nonsense, as you can see. So those are the kind of books that I like to read. I kind of like series of books about military and police and all the things that I'm not. Let's see, Jackson. What do I like to... Oh, I've already answered that one on a rainy day. That was a good one. Oh, the most fun I've ever had in my life. Woo! Boy, I mean, apart from this, being with you guys, I don't know. You know what? It's probably just involves anything that my kids have done is usually really fun for me. My kids were involved in all sorts of sports, and I just thoroughly enjoyed going to the game and watching my kids and hoping that they'd be successful and encouraging them and hanging out with parents. That's probably the most fun. Thanks, bud.
My dad has a bald head too.
Does he really?
Yeah,
Is he cool like me?
Mine
always shaves
too.
his head.
Your dad's bald too? Oh my gosh, it's an epidemic. Do you guys hope that you get to have bald heads?
No.
No? I don't blame you. When I was your age, I was like, I don't want to be a cue ball. I want to have hair, and I did for a while.
Wait, really?
I did, believe it or not. I got a picture somewhere of me with hair. Of course, now I got hair in places you shouldn't have hair, so, you know. Of course, that comes with getting old. Don't tell anybody I said that. Edit that out. Okay.
If you could be anyone from history, who would you be?
Who would I be? Oh, gosh, anybody from history? Boy, that's a tough one. Good question, Joey. You know what? How about I go with mythology? Hercules. I would like to be Hercules. Again, because of the books I like to read, I would love to be big and strong and powerful and just to be able
God
to
of strength.
pretty much do anything that I want to do, but yet still be able to help people, because Hercules was a good guy. He tried to help people. Even though he was big and strong, I could do whatever. So, good question. You got something for me, big guy? Oh, this one's funny. I think it's funny. If I could be invisible for a day, what would I do? I would play tricks on everybody, Jackson. I would, especially in my hallway, because I work with Miss Denise, Mr. Jake, Mr. Nick, Miss Abby, Mr. Russ. I would go into their office and I would move things around, and I would like sneak up behind them, and I'd be like, I'd blow in their ear, and they'd be like, what is that? What is that? What is that? So I would have a blast going around all over campus and doing that. I'd probably even go into classrooms and like move your pencil to the other side of the desk. Maybe not yours, because you'd probably get mad at me. But that's kind of what I would do. I would just have fun all over campus, just messing around with people.
Okay, so would you rather chocolate or vanilla?
I would have to go chocolate. Us portly guys, we need our chocolate. Oh. Yes. What about you, though? Chocolate or vanilla?
I would go both. I like both of them in like
okay.
a swirl.
Oh, I didn't think of that. Good answer.
Yeah, they have a.
Yeah, I love swirl. Okay, hit me with another one.
Would you rather watch a movie in the theater or at home?
You know what? Ever since COVID, I've become like embedded in my couch, so I would have to say home. I'd rather watch it at home.
Mm-hmm. Would you rather play basketball or baseball?
Ah, easy one. Baseball, because remember, I can't dunk.
Okay.
You got any more?
Last one.
Okay. All right, I'm ready.
Would you rather pet a snake or a spider?
Oh,
I like to call a tarantula.
ow! You picked the two things that I dislike the most. I am totally afraid of snakes and spiders. Good gosh, what would you do? Would you pet one of them?
No.
No.
would pet
Right,
both.
but he says no. Okay, I tell you what. I would probably go with the snake as long as I could, like, it was long and I could get it at the tail away from its mouth. Ugh.
I would definitely pet a snake's head.
You would? Aren't you afraid of getting bit?
Nah, at the little like snake place, like they
Oh.
have like little snakes and you can look at them and stuff.
Ooh wee. I don't even want to. You want to pet a rubber snake, like a fake one? I don't blame you. I don't like those either.
I wouldn't have. Huh? Oh, thank you for
Thank
letting
you.
us interview. Here.
Oh, you guys are welcome. You know what? I had so much fun. You guys are awesome. Thank you. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
We will close things out this morning with Throwback Thursday, a time where we highlight a famous event happened on this day in history. On this day in 1787, the delegates gather in Philadelphia to draw the Constitution of the United States. We hope you have a great day, Panthers, and like always, continue to roar!